It's National Shooting Sports Month, and the entire month of August is dedicated to the wonderful world of shooting sports. My name is Julie Golob. I'm a professional competition shooter, and in partnership with the National Shooting Sports Foundation and Women's Outdoor News, I'm sharing 5 great handgun sports for new shooters to check out. Starting with one of the most new shooter and family-friendly sports, the first on my list is Rimfire Challenge. It's the first shooting sport I introduced my own daughter to at the age of 10. Rimfire Challenge events are all steel matches using .22 caliber pistols and rifles, and it's a sport with no specialized equipment or holsters required. On each stage, you'll have an array of steel targets, usually 5 to 7 shots, and you shoot each stage a handful of times, with your worst time thrown out. Your match score combines the time it takes you to complete all the stages, minus the throwaways. To get your feet wet at a local match, all you need is a .22 rifle or pistol, and if you're using a semi-automatic, a couple of magazines. Be sure to let the staff and your squad mates know that you're new and you're there to give it a try. To learn more, head on over to rimfirechallenge.org, where you can read the rulebook, find monthly matches, get information on the World Championships, and more. The next sport on my list is Steel Challenge. Like Rimfire Challenge, this is an all-steel course of fire, and your overall time is your score. You also get to throw away your worst run on each stage too, so that's a plus. There are separate divisions based on your gear, with the easiest, low-cost divisions featuring .22 rimfire. If you're competing with a .22, the start position is at that low ready. If you decide to use a centerfire handgun, then you'll need to purchase a holster that properly retains your pistol, attaches to a belt, and is made of a stiff material that completely covers the trigger guard. You shoot each 5-round course of fire 5 times, so it's a good idea to have enough loading devices that you can finish the stage without having to have to refill magazines, speed loaders, or moon clips. Steel Challenge is very popular, and it may be a little easier to find a Steel Challenge match than a Rimfire Challenge event. With so many different divisions to compete in based on the type of firearm and gear you'll be using, there's likely to be an option for you. Head on over to steelchallenge.com to check out the courses of fire, read the rules, and find a club near you. If you're a little nervous about speed shooting and precision is more your style, then look at NRA Action Pistol. It's a shooting sport that features fixed times for its 4 courses of fire. As long as you shoot the designated number of shots within the time limit, you're good. There's an all-steel stage, one with barricades, another with a moving target, and a course of fire with shots all the way out to 50 yards. To complete the full course, you'll need a safe and suitable holster with enough loading devices to shoot 48 shots for each course. If Action Pistol sounds too intimidating, I have some good news for you. There's an official short course fired from the 10 and 15-yard lines only. The one downside to this sport is its size. With the smallest number of clubs conducting matches around the country, it might be difficult to find a match near you. One of the best ways to learn more information about this sport is on the Facebook group Action Pistol North America. Not only can you find out about events, but it's an easy and useful way to connect with the competitors who love the sport. Where the other sports I've been talking about are mostly stationary, where you, the shooter, have minimal movement, these last 2 handgun sports on my list are very action-oriented and the most equipment-intense, with suitable holsters, belts, and pouches for loading devices required. Each match will feature a variety of stages where you'll receive a stage briefing, and then you'll be allowed to walk through the course before you shoot it in order to develop your own plan. Let's start with IDAPA, the International Defensive Pistol Association. As it states in its name, this sport is centered around defensive shooting concepts, with courses of fire featuring home defense and concealed carry scenarios. Your time is your score, with hits outside of the center of the paper targets adding seconds to the time it takes you to complete a course of fire. For most stages, you'll be required to wear a concealment garment. And this sport is ideal if you're looking for a way to improve your shooting and gun handling skills with your carry or home defense firearm. Now for the other one, the second sport is USPSA, the United States Practical Shooting Association. It too will help you build confidence in your gun handling skills and shooting ability. There is no defensive element, and generally, compared to IDPA, you'll shoot more targets on each stage. USPSA has fewer rules when it comes to how you have to shoot the course of fire, and part of the fun is figuring out a plan that's best for you. USPSA scoring uses the points you shoot on paper and steel targets divided by the time it takes you to shoot a stage. This is called a hit factor, and the highest hit factor posted wins the stage. The fastest and most accurate shooters are at the top of the standings in USPSA matches. Both of these sports allow you to compete in divisions based on your gun and gear. There's a good bit of crossover between both in that you can shoot IDPA and USPSA with just minor adjustments. To learn more about them, visit idpa.com and uspsa.org. When new shooters ask me what shooting sport is best for them, I often point them to their local ranges. Often the best sport to begin with is the one that is closest in proximity and easiest to get to. Visit letsgoshooting.org for even more information. It's a great resource for new shooters. It includes information on what to expect when you shoot at an indoor and outdoor range, to a resource to help you find ranges near you. Not ready to jump into an organized shooting sport just yet? That's okay too, but now is certainly a great time to work on your shooting skills and how to confidently handle your firearm. Follow Women's Outdoor News at womensoutdoornews.com and on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest for articles about shooting and the shooting sports. You can even download free targets that will challenge you to become a better shot. Who knows, with a little practice, you may just feel inspired to give one of these sports a try.